So, I know I have not made a video in a while, and I know it's been crazy. I've been going through some stuff. um, but no, in all seriousness, like I just wanted to come and share a little piece of my heart with you guys. Um, and it's hitting really close to home that I don't think people understand the importance of sitting with yourself and what you're feeling. Because for a while I didn't. I thought I was feeling everything and sitting with it, but in reality I wasn't. And I knew I wasn't the moment that days would pass, time would pass, and all of a sudden I would find myself sitting down and that would come up again. And for the longest, I wouldn't understand. I'd be like, what is going on? Like, why am I feeling like this? Like, I thought I processed it. I thought I let it go, you know? And I think oftentimes we get so frustrated with ourselves because we want to label everything. We want to name whatever it is we're feeling. When in reality, that's not the goal. The goal is not to sit there and be like, oh, I'm sad. Oh, I'm angry. Oh, I'm anxious. Like, the goal is to sit with yourself and feel what you're feeling, not to fight it, not to make excuses for it, not to create scenarios in your head. And it's tough. It's definitely one of the toughest things to have to deal with. But at the end of the day, one thing that I'm learning too is you know, we like to blame other people, and we like to be like, oh, well, this person is like this person is like that. Well, yeah, your feelings are valid regardless, but at the end of the day, we need to take a look at ourselves and say, well, what am I doing? How come I keep putting myself in this position? How come I keep putting myself in these situations where it's leaving me empty, feeling alone, feeling like I'm not enough, feeling like, you know, the worst? At the end of the day, I'm realizing that I put myself in those situations. I see the red flags. I feel my intuition telling me. I feel God pulling my hair and telling me don't go there. But guess what? It's the flesh. It's the human in me wanting to go after the things that I want, ultimately leaving me with nothing. Because I'm not going to God or the higher power and being like, is this what you have for me? You know, because ultimately, believe it or not, when you pray and you ask God for things, trust me, you better watch out what you're praying for, because God will give you what you want. God will give you what you're asking for. But a lot of times he tells us, no, not yet. You're not ready for it. You might feel like you're ready. You might feel like, you know, that's what you want, that's what you need. When in reality, it's not what you need. It's what you want in the moment. It's what your flesh is asking you for the moment. But how are you left feeling after? I know it can be tough, but it's in those moments of patience, in those moments where we're in the waiting room, working on ourselves, healing from generational curses, as they like to call it, trauma. It's in those moments where we find ourselves and who we truly are, what we believe in, our values, our morals. Like, the more we align with what we believe, with, you know, the things we want in life that'll be good for us, you find pieces of yourself along the way. That can be tough to face sometimes, because, you know, we're made of sin. Sin sounds fun all the time. Sin can be fun, but it's a trap. It's a distraction. It's something that's gonna rob you of your peace, your mental health, who you are as a person. So ultimately, I think it's very important to take a step back and ask yourself, well, what is this gonna do for me in the long run? Because at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with the other person. It has nothing to do with any of that. It's you. It starts with you and who you are inside. Deep down, I knew. See, this is what's wrong about me. Deep down, I know. And God reminds me and he tells me, and I have my intuition, and like, I just don't listen to it. But it's also something that I'm learning, to listen to myself, to trust the process and be patient. And in the meantime, focus on myself, bettering myself, so that when God places the person or people, whatever, in my life, like, I'm able to be what I need to be in order to uplift them as well, be there for them. Because if I'm a mess, they're gonna be a mess. Before I left my kids' dad, I wanted that happy family. I wanted to give them the world. I wanted them to be happy. But in the process, I was losing myself. I wasn't happy. So then I saw how that was draining them. It wasn't making them happy. So how was I gonna create something with someone that I wasn't happy with? So ultimately, after years of trying to be good, like, I realized, like, this is not my person. You just grow, you evolve, and you become something different. Like, you need to be with somebody that is also willing to grow, because it's very easy, like, if you're in the process of healing and becoming a better person and everything, if the other person is not doing the same thing, it's gonna be very easy to have to go a different path. It's either you stay with them and you go through it and, like, you struggle, ultimately not allowing you to grow as a person, or you make the hard choice of, I gotta go my way. I want to grow. I want to be better. And if that means leaving behind certain people, leaving behind certain things, friends that are not gonna help me evolve and level up to that next level of my life, I'm sorry, but I'm at a point where I'm like, peace out. If me surrounding myself with you, it's gonna bring me down. If me surrounding myself with you, it's gonna make me feel a certain type of way where I know it's not a good feeling, and I know it's not, and don't get me wrong. When you have friendships, relationships, whatever it is, there's always gonna be things. Don't get me wrong. There's always gonna be things. But you gotta have that discernment of, am I going through this because it's something that I want? Or am I going through this because it's something that I need to go through, to grow through? And that's what life ultimately is. Learning to go through it, to grow through it, but also making those hard choices that, like, in the moment, they're not helping you out. Guess what? Surrender it. Let it go. And just pray. Do what you gotta do to be better. And just ask God, the higher power, to help you align with who you truly are as a person and who you're meant to become. And I'm gonna leave this at this because I don't want to drag it on longer. Like, I could talk about a lot more for days, but I really hope you guys are having a good day, a good night, and I will be making another video soon. But I want it to come from my heart. I want it to be something that can be helpful and useful to you all. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a good night. Bye.